Cool, brother. Well, should we jump into our throwback match?
Let's do it.
Okay, season 3, episode 16. It was my turn on the throwback match. If you have a throwback match, which we review every week, we just do. Maybe we'll start just this segment. We'll just start releasing. Obviously, we'll release the full episode, but maybe we do just the throwback on Thursday and release it on like its own thing.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll start doing that. So SmackDown. I picked SmackDown season 3, episode 16. I didn't even realize that it was 316.
Yeah.
And Mr. 316 had a lot to do with this this episode and this match specifically. The Brothers of Destruction, Kane and Undertaker versus Edge and Christian for the World Tag Belts. At this time, Edge and Christian are holding the belts. Kind of the setup to this thing is that Kane had just lost his hardcore title to Rhino because of the disruption of
Stone Cold and Triple H.
Stone Cold and Triple H.
And Edge and Christian.
Yep, he got jumped. So they go and they tell William Regal, hey, we want these guys. We want Edge Christian. We want Stone Cold and Triple H. And Mr. William Regal said, okay, get past Edge and Christian, win the tag titles, and then you can have Stone Cold and Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what at Backlash. And this is where we are. Thoughts?
I was in 8th grade at this time. Heavy. This is like getting close to when I would stop watching wrestling, but I was very heavily invested. So I remember this time period. Taker coming out to Rollin' by Limp Bizkit. Like, what? Michael Cole with the frosted tips on commentary with New Yorker Taz. Like, he was so Brooklyn at this time, his accent and everything. Like you said, the beginning, Rhino wins the hardcore title. And for those who don't remember or may not have watched, the hardcore title was at one point a 24/7 type of title, but you use chairs and all kinds of things. I don't think at this point it was 24/7, but bam, we had the match. Stone Cold, Triple H just beat the brakes off of Kane with some chairs, mess up his arm. Rhino wins that title. And Kane has to have his arm wrapped, and he's selling the shit out of it. I love, I know this is going to sound weird. I loved this era of Edge and Christian. To me, Edge is a perfect tag team wrestler, and Christian, I hated singles run Edge, superstar Edge, rated R superstar Edge. I hated that whole thing. And I think it's a very overrated time. This match, I really enjoyed it. Just this era, really, again, it's just so nostalgic. I love the boot to Rhino when he's trying to interfere in that match, when Kane hits him with that boot and he hits the metal walkway, the ramp. I could feel it. He got hit so hard, I felt it. What was this? 2001, 23 years later, I felt that. Boom. It's just, and Rhino's just like he's built like our boy Sebastian, just like low to the ground, wide, thick. You know what I'm saying? A couple C's in there. But Christian, the interesting thing about this, Christian didn't work a lot, and I don't know why. It was a lot of Edge, but Christian takes the L at the end when he gets the last ride from Taker, which this is like American Badass Taker.
And that last ride was from 15 feet, I swear.
Bro.
He picked him up by the trunks and was all the way up with him.
All the way up. But loved the match, loved the ending, and now it makes me want to go back and watch Backlash because I don't remember. Obviously, I think Stone Cold and Triple H win because that sets up for Stone Cold, Triple H, IC heavyweight title. Stone Cold has the heavyweight, IC on Triple H, tag titles on Taker and Kane, and whoever wins gets the belts. So Taker and Kane can get the heavyweight and Intercontinental, or Stone Cold Triple H can get the tag team champion. So I need to go back and watch that. I'll probably do that sometime tonight. Loved the match. Loved the time period. The characters. Heel Stone Cold. It's just fun. Fun times.
Yeah, man. Once you hear Kane's pyro, and then on top of that, it's like he goes back into the ring and he hits it again, and then right after he hit a dung, and then it's keep rolling.
Yeah.
Even though I always thought Taker looked weird on that little ass bike because he's so big. I felt like he just needed a bigger chopper or something, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But I've always felt like Kane complimented Taker so much in that tag team. Like even though they're brothers of destruction, even when they were feuding, they just complement each other so well in the ring. Kane, I think this might be a super heavy take, but I think Kane is one of the best to be balanced inside the ring. Kane is a
Mm.
big man that moves so agilely. Is that a word? Agilely? Agile?
Just agile.
It's just agile. He
Yeah.
moves so agile. When King Lawler would call him a cat, maybe it was King or maybe it was JR. It'd be like, yo, he moves like a cat. He truly does.
Mhm.
He's balancing on top of that top rope. He lands that oh my
Old school?
gosh. Yeah, off the top rope. It's
Yeah,
just
old
like
school. Mhm.
he's so good. He moves really well, and he did all that with one arm in this match.
Yeah.
When he picked up Christian off the ground with one arm off of his back, and then did a power bomb. Oh my gosh, that was incredible.
It was crazy, and this had to be the era or this time period when Kane was at his biggest. He was fucking jacked at this time. He was huge. I couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah, because you remember Kane when he first started, he had the long sleeves, but this Kane time period, I couldn't believe how big he was. Just huge,
Uh,
huge.
Them arms were out. He was jacked. Taker was Taker looked a little pale in the face this match. I don't know if he was sick or whatever,
He did
but
look a little off, yeah.
when he was moving, he was throwing those punches, and he got into his MMA bag with the MMA gloves. I was like,
Mhm.
"Ooh, he's moving with those punches."
Yeah.
And then we get to see one of my favorite moves from a tag team, the Concerto.
Mm.
Edge and Christian Concerto. That's them sandwiching the guys, by oh shoot, body in between two chairs. So fun.
Yeah.
This was a Stone Cold that really bugged me though.
Really?
Yeah, I did not like Hill Stone Cold, especially not him buddy with Triple H. I don't like the aesthetic. I didn't like him in the backstage when he was yelling at what was his wife's name at the time?
Deborah.
Deborah. When
Yeah.
she spelt the coffee on him. Like, ah man, like oh,
Oh, yeah, he spilled the coffee, his red knee braces, I didn't remember those, but I loved this Stone Cold time period simply for the fact he was a heel, so he was really nasty, but he was also funny. He did so much funny stuff where when he was the good guy, like, the funny stuff would happen when it would be him, like, whooping Vince's ass. This was just, like, straight up comedy, Stone Cold. I really liked it. One thing I forgot to mention when I started this episode of SmackDown, I don't remember the theme of SmackDown being so god awful. This was the worst music. Like the video package was dope, the opening package video wise, but the music was like dun no 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 dun no no no. I was like, what the hell is this?
awful, god awful.
Yeah,
The Titantron at that time, the ovals, it really takes me back to that 2001 SmackDown when it first came out on PlayStation. Me and
mm,
my friend Caso De Niro in Portland, we used to stay up all weekend. I swear we've played 24 hours, no
yeah,
sleeping that game, and it was a lot of fun. So it brought back a lot of nostalgia, and
yeah.
just like you, I want to go back and watch it now. I want to go back and watch the Backlash match
Oh, for
and
sure. I have to because I don't remember what happens.
yeah, me either.
Yeah,
Cool, brother. Well, go if you have a suggestion for us, make sure you let us know at Figure the number 4 podcast on Instagram. That's probably the best way to get a hold of us, or
yeah.
our direct Instagrams would be great.